And now let's get into the fun stuff, okay? Sales. What is sales? Sales is what makes you money. Sales is what's converting. Sales is what turns a cold person into a paying client that's gonna pay you and invest into your business thousands and thousands of dollars per month, if you do this correctly, okay? So, one thing before I go through this that I wanna just set expectations, that sales is hard at the beginning. Why? Because it's scary. It's like you don't want to mess up. You don't want to fall forward. You don't want to sound like an amateur, right? Because once again, if you sound like an amateur, who wants to hire an amateur? Unless you set the expectation that you are an amateur and you're just clear about that. And you're saying, hey, I'm just starting my agency. I just want to let you know that, right? I'm just trying to build out my client base, right? But if you're not, and a lot of the people in the room aren't starting out, and if you are, you could use that strategy. But if you're not, you're going to want to use this framework here because this is what's going to allow you to actually convert a client on a demo call for thousands of dollars, okay? So this is basically the structure of a pipeline, okay? So what? We got contacts. And by the way, guys, if you guys haven't joined Dash University, I did an amazing training on this. So if you want a deeper dive into this stuff, jump in there and check it out. But just to kind of break it down briefly, a contact is a cold connection, right? So it starts there. That's the first part of this journey. It's this cold connection, whether it's a cold email, cold call, direct message, whatever it is, in person, whatever, contact. A contact doesn't necessarily mean it's an opportunity. A contact just means the message goes out. That message goes out doesn't mean I'm interested. Now, once they say, yeah, I'm interested, now we have an opportunity, okay? We have an opportunity to do what? To show them what we can do to help them grow their business, okay? Whether it's with an Insta site or an Insta report, whatever it is, directory listings, Facebook ads, okay? And now, during the opportunity, right, which is our qualification call, right, what we call a discovery call, where we're going to set the appointment for the demo. That's the demo. So the demo is in the presentation. So once we get the client to show up, that's where we're basically going through our program and what it includes. And then obviously the next step following after that is the close. Closing is where they pay you the money. You know, you're going to start your onboarding process, and that basically starts there. Now, the sale doesn't end at the close. A lot of people here miss out on a lot of money because guess what? They're just focused on getting more business instead of focusing on their current business that likes them, knows them, trusts them more than any random stranger out there. You guys are cold calling and cold emailing, right? You guys are forgetting who already likes you, knows you, and trusts you and is already paying you money, okay? And this strategy is so powerful. I'll give you an example, right? I was speaking to a Facebook ad agency the other day, and this guy's been killing it, 6 figures. He's killing it with the Facebook ads, and he has over he told me like over 60 clients in a specific niche. And what he was basically looking into DashClicks for was to offer a bigger solution for his clients because he's only a Facebook ad agency. I gave him a strategy, okay, to basically just email his current list, the people that he that knows, likes, and trusts him. He fired off an email that said, hey, by the way, we now just rolled out our brand new program for the month of October. And what we're doing is we're actually offering SEO for our current database at an exclusive rate, right? Because you already are clientele. This is like a client offer that we're doing, a promotion that only that only you can get. And basically, boom, he made like 15 sales within 48 hours because that email fired off, and people that were already working with him already had the intention to solve a bigger problem in their business, like investing into something like SEO, but little did he know that that agency also offered SEO. Now, you don't offer it at the front, like at the first sale, because you're not going to want to be the person that says, hey, I'm the SEO guy, also the Facebook guy, also the Google guy, also all these other guys. Like, dude, what are you doing, right? So you want to first start off with your main core offer, whatever it is, whether it's the website, Google listings, Facebook ads, Google ads, SEO, whatever it is, pick one. Pick one. That's what you're good at, okay? From there, then you're going to build a relationship just like you're on a date, okay? And once that person trusts you, then you can show them the diamond ring, okay? And then that's basically where you're going to collect a lot of money per month from your clients, because at that point, they trust you so much that they want to be with you forever. That's where the diamond ring comes, right? So, same like dating, same concept here. So now once you close them, the first thing you're going to want to do is get a testimonial, right? Because the hardest part in marketing is to prove to somebody else that what you're saying you're going to do for them is going to work for them, right? And so what better way to show them that it's going to work for their business than showing them like the client you just got results for last month. It's like, dude, I just ran a campaign for this exact same industry in this area. Look at the results. Just wondering if you wanted, look into doing the same exact thing for your business, right? So now what ends up happening is no longer are you selling a service anymore. You're now selling a product. A product because now you have a proof of concept, okay? A product is something that you have proven that you buy and in exchange, it's solid. It's a solid thing. So your product here is what? The result. That's when the magic happens. The hardest part in marketing is getting your first client, getting your first case study. But once you get that first case study, your business is literally going to skyrocket, because once you implement the strategies and the SOPs and you structure this and you document your process and then you delegate, game over. Now you can sit here more often and your business is still growing, okay? So now we're gonna go and talk about referrals, right? Because a testimonial is a testimonial. Hi, I worked with so-and-so. He was able to produce this many leads in the first month. I loved him. If anyone's thinking about it, hit him up. He's the best. Great. Believe it or not, just a kind of little backstory about my agency, this exact strategy, I got a client, results. She was a huge influencer in one of these Facebook groups, right? In one of these like businesses Facebook groups. What she did, and this was before DashClicks, by the way, guys, just to kind of give you some clarity there. What she did, and you could do this with DashClicks results, okay? What she did is she showed a video of all the leads that I generated her in a single month. And it was over like 250 leads or something crazy like that. And on this Facebook page, she was like, hey guys, I know I don't ever post here because I'm really busy working on my business, but guys, if you guys need help with marketing, you gotta contact my guy Angel. This guy is killing it. Check this out. Look at, all these are leads. All of these are leads, right? And she posted that on the Facebook group, and believe it or not, you know how many clients I got from that post? I right now run the largest Facebook group in that industry. I am pioneering as the marketing guy in that industry. Anyone in that industry, you ask, hey, Angel? They've heard of me. Because I'm one of the first guys who cracked the code on that industry, right? And I challenged myself to do that because I wanted to pave my own lane. But the whole moral of the story is leverage the heck out of those testimonials. Get your clients who's left that testimonial to share it with their community, their group of people, and incentivize them to do so by giving them some type of incentive. Give them a referral fee. Slide that under the... Or you say, hey, for every client you send me, I'll give you X and Y for your business, or whatever it is. Or, hey, for every client you send me, I'll give you 10% recurring every single month. Whatever the case is, right? So you want to structure it where it makes sense and they're motivated to actually share the results with their community because they know not only did they get a good result, but everyone else who hires this guy also will. Once again, proof of concept. So that's the referrals. And then frequency. What is frequency? Frequency is the amount of time someone buys from you, okay? So if you're the Facebook ad guy who stops at Facebook ads, guess what? You're only going to sell Facebook ads, okay? But if you say, hey, we're getting great results with Facebook ads, I suggest we take some of those profits and reinvest that into maybe something like SEO, where we can now start to rank organically for the things that other competitors pay for, right? The keywords that your competitors are paying for, we can rank organically for those if we start investing some of that profit into SEO. Long term, like maybe a few months from now, maybe we won't need to invest into PPC anymore, right? And so basically what you're doing is you're guiding them and recommending what's their best, what's the best recommendation that you can set them up for success and why, right? Because you're saying basically, hey, I'm running PPC ads because you're not ranking organically. So we need to bring traffic into your door, right? And we need to get that phone ringing, right? Because if you don't get that phone ringing, guess what? You won't have enough money to pay me. And if you don't have enough money to pay me, I don't care what I'm doing. If you're doing SEO first month, by the way, guys, you're going to fail. Because SEO, these businesses, what they're asking you for is like, hey, I need more business. However they say that, they're going to say it in 10 different ways, like, oh yeah, I was looking into that, whatever it is. At the end of the day, they all want the one thing, leads. They want more opportunities. Whether you spin a sign, whether you hire a VA, whether you do this in China, whatever you do, at the end of the day, they want new business, more money in their pocket. So you as an expert, you are their mentor, okay, not a salesperson. You are their mentor, and you're going to guide them into the right service based on what their scenario is. And everybody's different. This is where it makes it fun, because now that you have the framework, you're going to be able to mess around with that conversation in your own style, and it's gonna be fun because it's gonna feel effective. And once again, if you're feeling effective, you're gonna really scale and you're gonna be confident. You're gonna do this at mass because once again, like you're ranking up in Call of Duty, first person to 10th proceed. I don't know if you guys ever play Call of Duty, but the person that gets to the top rank is like the guy who everyone looks at. Like, oh, this guy's in the room type thing, right? So ideally, you don't ever wanna stop at the first sale. You wanna ascend them ethically up their value ladder. And also, guys, if you want more information on what a value ladder should look like for a specific industry, I did also a Dash University training on that. Okay, so you guys can go in there, deep dive into that, and I broke down multiple industries on their value ladders, like restaurants, attorneys, dentists, gyms, and so forth, right? So let's go and jump into the script. So this is basically the script that you would, run once you're actually on that demo call, right? So basically, this script isn't like a, Wolf of Wall Street script. This is more of like a consultative script where you can naturally go through it and make sense of this script where it doesn't feel like you're like a robot. It's a nice flow. So first things first, let's go through it. So the first thing you want to do is obviously introduce yourself. Right? I gave you a little bit of an example on some of these so you guys get an idea. So hi, this is Angel. Is so-and-so available, right? Hey, name. So this is obviously the client. This is Angel with Patient Engine. How are you doing today, right? And then basically you're going to want to set the structure for the call. If you guys ever took a call with me on Dash Connect, I told you, guys, I have a call in 27 minutes from now, but you're going to get my undivided attention for that amount of time. But I do have to do a hard stop because I have another person, right? What does that happen? What's happening there? I'm creating urgency. It's like, holy crap, this guy is busy as shit. It's like, this guy doesn't mess around, right? The guy who has too much time has no freaking business, okay? The guy who has all the time in the freaking world to follow up 75,000 times, okay? They don't have any money in their bank account, right? Because they're doing something wrong, whether it's their offer, whether it's whatever it is. You need to make sure that they know you're an expert at what you do, and that not only you're an expert, but you're a very busy expert and you value your time like they should, right? Because, hey, I know you're busy. I know your time is super valuable, so is mine, right? And so that's basically creating that structure, okay? So basically, I'd like to start off by beginning to ask you some questions to get to know you a little bit more about you and your business. And if it sounds like I can help, I'll explain what I have to offer. And if that works and how that works and everything, is that okay with you, right? So once again, this is just a guideline. You can tweak the script how you'd like it, how you speak, right? The best thing you could do is record yourself and listen. And you're going to realize, like, holy crap, I sound like shit on the phone. Like, you've never heard yourself, like, talk, right? Up until you've actually recorded yourself. And now you're like, oh, wow, I never knew I knew the word. I never knew I said 75 times in one sentence, right? I didn't know I said By the way, the psychology behind or whatever the weird noise you make, everyone has it, a weird noise, is the supplementation when your mind doesn't know what to say next.
Right, and experience.
And there's a strategy.
Tell that Dash Connect.
Right?
We got that out of your
Oh, dude, yeah, we had a Dash Connect guy. I was like, I'm like, dude, you can't be saying that many times. Or you said more than the actual things you said on the phone, right? And what happens is they don't realize it because they've been doing it so long, no one's called them out. Right. It was so funny. So the person that was in my office there, she knew the pet peeves that I had, like the and the things, and when she would hear it on the phone calls, she would laugh because she would know that it would like trigger me, like, oh my God, this guy, right? But ultimately, once again, once you become so confident in your product, what ends up happening is the reason you say is because you're thinking about what you have to say. Okay? Once you've practiced this thing enough, like riding a bike, when you're riding a bike, you're focusing on when you're starting out, not to fall and break your face, right? When you've ridden the bike for months, now all of a sudden you take one training wheel off, and now you're riding with just one training wheel and one bike. And now it's easier. You're now not so focused on balance anymore. It's becoming just like natural, right? Next thing you know, your training wheel's off, and now you're riding the bike subconsciously. You don't even have to think about it. Now you can talk on the phone, you can text, you can answer the phone call while riding the bike, because now what? your body and your energy isn't even focused on doing that action. It's like brushing your teeth in the morning. Okay, do you guys think about brushing your teeth in the morning?
Yes.
Do you?
Well, I think about doing it, but not like actually.
Okay, so you wake up, right, and then you're like, oh, wait, today I'm gonna brush my teeth. That's how your day goes?
I wake up and it's like time to brush my teeth.
Okay, time to brush your teeth, but once again, that's subconscious.
Yeah.
It's like, I already know I need to brush your teeth, right? So that's basically the reason I said that is because, guys, this is gonna get easier. Initially, it might feel a little crazy, a little stressed, but when I tell you, you do this enough times and you're gonna feel like even your anxiety level goes down on the call. You just feel more relaxed. You're just like, and I just got denied 17 times. Like, let's try the next one. And what ends up happening is every no is teaching you what not to do. So all these things that usually make people quit, you just gotta change your perspective on it, okay? Because a no is getting you closer to a yes. And if you wanna really do this a really cool way, if you say, let's say you get 9 no's before you get your yes, and that yes was worth $1,000, just divide that 1,000 divided by the 10 no's you just got, and each call is worth now $100. So now that means that every no that you get, whether you close it or not, it's worth $100, and you know if you do 9 more calls, you're gonna get a sale. Right. Change your perspective, right? Because if you don't, you're gonna fail, and you're gonna wanna quit, and you're gonna take it personal, and now you're gonna go back and taking the freaking courses again, back on YouTube, you know what I mean? It's like, you already have everything you need. You now just need to build some confidence within yourself and just do it straight up, right? That's it, okay? Structure the call. Now we're gonna gather some intelligence and figure out where they're currently at in their business. So things and questions like this, and guys, based on your niche and based on where you're going with it, you would change and modify it to patients or customers because you wanna speak in their lingo and if you're talking to a chiropractor, you don't wanna call their patients customers. Hey, I can get you more customers for your practice. It's like, dude, do you even know what we call our customers? Like, so to not sound once again like an amateur, you want to speak their tribal language, which is what it's called, and so that they can relate to you. And if they realize that, hey, this guy actually knows what he's talking about, he knows what my business is, he knows my pains and my desires, I'm going to continue this conversation, right? Because if they fear that you're an amateur at any time, they're going to tone out, and it's going to be that really weird conversation where you're just like, oh, I really want to get off of this call because it's not going well, and I have to like continue the script, and it's like, you know, you just want to get off because something got messed up in the call. So don't take it personal. You just got to do it again with something else, new fresh slate, new business owner, try it again. Do it in a different niche if you don't want to burn through your niche, okay? So questions like, how are you currently getting new business? Simple question, let them talk. Let them tell you what you're going to sell them. Let them voice out all their pains. Do you specialize in any specific type of business? Let's get a little bit more, let's deep dive. Figure out if they're specializing in this type of patient or that type of business or that type of customer, right? What is the sales process from a stranger to a paying client with you, right? Because if I don't know their sales process, right, I won't know if I can help them or not, right? Because if I know that, for example, the way you get a deal is by walking into the business, I can't generate you leads to for you to walk it. Like, that just doesn't, you have to make sense of their sales process. So maybe if they get a lead and they got someone on the phone to handle, oh yeah, I can help you there, right? So what's your process? What does that look like? And if you can help them improve it, once again, that's adding value to why they're hiring you. But you don't help them here. You do not help them here. You are not allowed to solve a problem on this call because that's why they're on this call. Because they have a problem. And if you solve it, they're not going to close. And if you solve their problem because they say, oh yeah, you could do this or that, guess what? Now they don't have any more pain. And now you lost the sale because then they have enough confidence to just go out and do what you said. And like, oh, let me just go try this and I'll come back maybe later. I'll try that what you said. You have a question? What's up?
Yeah, so you're just getting answers from them, you're not giving them any suggestions.
Yeah, just spill the beans. The more you talk, a conversation should be like this. The person you're speaking to needs to be speaking 3 times more than you are. You have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. You should be hearing twice as much as you talk. Okay? And that's something a lot of marketers don't do. They're like, hey, I'm the best. We include this. We do this. We could do this. And we can also help you this. And I noticed you got this. And then like the business owner hasn't even told you what's wrong with their business. You're assuming all these things, okay? Let them tell you what to sell them. Let them tell you what their pains are. Let them tell you and give you permission also to sell them the things that they're having trouble with, right? So what's the average lifetime value for one new customer? Very, very important question, right? Why? Because it's going to give you a figure of what one new customer is worth to them so that you know exactly what you can charge where it makes sense for them, right? Because if you generate one new customer for a roofer and that roofer's customer is worth $10,000, $15,000 for one new client and you're charging $3,000 a month, it's a no-brainer. You get them one client, they profit on one client, pay your tab 3 times, and at that point it justifies themselves to pay you again. It's like, it makes sense. I just profited this much, I paid you this much, let's do it again, and again, and again, right? And then that's how you continue. But the only way that that's going to happen is if you know their lifetime value, because if you go right now to a florist, right, and you say, hey, I can do Facebook ads for $3,000, and then you ask them what's their lifetime value, it's like $15, or not $15, to the span of flowers, right? But for them to calculate how many freaking flowers they need to sell to make $3,000 back is gonna put them brain dead. Like they're gonna start sweating during your conversation because they just don't know how that number even makes sense to what you just offered them, right? So that's why you want to be ethical about it. I know a lot of courses teach you do 1,500, 2,000, 3,000. And you're like asking yourself, like, how the hell am I gonna charge $3,000 for a freaking florist? It's just impossible. How am I gonna charge $3,000 for a car wash? They make $10 a freaking car wash, right? Versus a roofer makes a lot more. And a little pro tip here, takes you the same amount of energy to go reach out to a low ticket client than it is to a high ticket client. So the same amount of energy it takes to build the systems and the processes and the scripts and everything that you need to get in contact with them, to get their attention, to then move them over to the thing and all that stuff. Guys, why are we focusing on the low ticket if all that energy can just be spent on someone that's higher ticket, right? So.
Because they've got the cell phone in their pocket like home services.
Well, home services are high ticket.
Correct, right, good point.
So
Roofing.
go for that. Yeah, roofing, solar. You know, I'll go over a couple high ticket niches so you guys get an idea what I like my flavor of business. Anything cosmetic. So cosmetic, you know, you got lipo laser, you got Botox, you got plastic surgery. All that is cash based. So no insurance company can cover that. And then that's what's going to allow you to charge what you charge because they're paying cash $4,000 or $5,000 for some Botox, for example, cash based. Home services, you got roofing, solar, anything. Think about looking around your house like, shit, if I had to get new tiles, how much would that cost me? A couple $1,000s, right? So that's kind of the psychology you want. Don't go after, or anything residual. So even like a pool cleaner, even though a pool cleaner only charges $100 a month for pool cleaning, who the hell cleans their pool one time in the entire year? Unless you like your pool green, great, go for that. But that person's gonna get a new client and they're gonna service that client every single month, just like a gym, okay? Gym, every single, you get a membership, you're gonna pay every single month, you don't even think about it. And you ask the business owner, how long does a typical customer last when you get them as a client, how long do they usually stick around with you? Like, what's your lifetime value? Typically, a business owner just starting out won't know that number, and that's a business you kind of want to stay away from because they're going to be expecting you to build their business for them. And we're not in that business, okay? We're in the business of growing people's businesses, and right now you're in this room because you're wanting to grow your business, okay? So we need to figure out and learn how to say no to somebody who is not qualified for our help yet. And if you propose, let's say, Facebook ads and it's not the right fit, you don't have to close you don't want to end the relationship there. Offer some type of downsell, maybe some consultation. Say, hey, look, I'll be more than happy. I know Facebook ads might be an investment right now, but I would love to show you some things. And I can show you right now and I can charge you very, very little and it can set you up for success so that you now have the money to invest into Facebook ads. And you give them a little win. Jump on a call for 30 minutes, charge them $100 or whatever, blow their freaking mind with all the stuff you guys know, and build a relationship there. And follow up. How's it doing? How's all the things I taught you been doing? How's it been working for you, right? And get their engagement, get them involved, and eventually once they're ready, they're gonna pay you the money because you're their marketer, okay? So, dive deeper. We're going to cause some pain because people don't take action unless they're in pain. Okay? So how quickly can you respond to new inquiries? Right? Because we want to make sure that if we generate 100 leads, that someone actually freaking calls them. Because hey, if I generate you 100 leads and you're calling 5 of them, you're going to blame me on it and it's not my fault. Okay? So once again, the things you can control them. Don't assume and don't find out later. Like, hey, I just spent 45 minutes on this call and you're not the decision maker? What the hell? You know, and you're like sweating and you're thinking you're getting close to the deal. And you're like, oh, but I got to speak to my partner. Great. That right there should be a little, you know what I mean? You should just ask the question in the qualifying call. Who would be the best person to speak to who can make the decisions on something like this? Let's make sure they're on the call if you also want to be on there too and you're not that person. Go for it.
What if the partner is either spouse or something? Talking about
Great. That's totally fine. What would you think your spouse would say on a decision like this if she knew it was going to grow your business? Would she be on the same page with you?
So when they bring that up, you already know that.
Dude, I already know they're going to say that, bro. I already know that that's a smokescreen objection. That's what you call a smokescreen objection. It's easier to say that than it is I'm not interested.
Right.
That's a key right there. Take that, write that down real quick. It's easier to say something like, I'm not in, I'll call you later, or oh, let me think about it, or I'm gonna, whatever it is. It's easier to say that than it is to tell you the truth, which is, dude, I'm not interested in your stuff. And out of respect, because people have respect, they're not gonna just hang up the phone on you and be disrespectful. They're gonna end the call appropriate with respect and tell you, hey, no, I can't, you know, I need to speak to my wife or whatever it is. Because instead of saying the other thing, they're gonna just say that and then you're off the phone because you have no other choice, okay? So, have you ever ran a cold advertising campaign in the past? A lot of people forget to ask this question because why? It's like these guys, most business owners, 9 out of 10 only deal with referrals. So it's like, guys, these guys aren't equipped for cold yet. So we want to make sure that if they sign up with you, you set the expectation like, dude, this is a cold strategy right here. This is a cold campaign. Not no referrals. Not no Susie said go hire that roofer over there. No, this is a cold person, doesn't know you, doesn't like you, doesn't trust you, and you have to show them how you can help. Okay? What have been your frustration? Do you have a person on staff who's trained to follow up with the leads? Okay? With my services, with my agency, the way I would propose it is I would include trainings, sales trainings with my service. And that's how I can differentiate from that other marketer going after the same niche saying, hey, guy, you order that guy over there. I don't know what he's going to include. But with me, I'm going to set you up for freaking success. Not only am I going to generate you leads, but I'm going to show you how to close them. I'm going to provide you scripts. And these are scripts that I developed myself, obviously. And if you reach out to me, I can just shoot me a message and I'll shoot them over to you. I don't have a problem with that. But basically, these scripts are scripts that you can literally provide to the business owner so that they can give to their front desk representative so that they can literally read off like this script here and get the same intention every single time. It's no guessing game. It's not like, hello, how can I help you? And then the next one's like, hey, what's going on, John? It's like everything is different. You're literally selling blind without a script. With a script, you have control of the end result, and that's why this is so powerful to have one. And if you hire someone else to do it, without this, you're setting yourself up for failure, okay? So we're gonna run through this a little bit quicker now. Now you guys get the point, at least. You guys are on the same page here. If you go through this script later down the line, you're gonna understand what this all means. So we're gonna go a little faster here. So what have been your frustrations? Let's learn about the pains of what happened in the past, what not to do, right? And show them how we're the complete opposite. So if they're saying, hey, my other marketing guy sucked at customer service, say, hey, we have a 5-minute response time. If you send me an email here, we'll respond to you within, let's say, the first 24 hours or something like that. Whatever it is. You want to basically take their pain and show them how your business is a benefit to that pain. Does that make sense? So they're basically telling you what you need to say to sell them. It's like, hey, guys, just tell me that you can do this and I'll buy your stuff. Straight up. Okay, so why is growing your business in your life important to you right now? Or wait, do you have a process in place to get customers at will? Okay, we want them to understand that referrals isn't a customer at will process. You can't predict a referral, okay? Why is growing your business in your life important to you right now? I need to get into the feels. And now to start getting into the emotion. Why is that important? Is it because you want more freedom? You want more time? You want to spend more time with your family? What is that? How much money are you making per month in your business right now? Let's figure out where they're really at. Now that we've built enough rapport with them, we can ask them a hard question like this. Don't ask how much money you're making per month as the first freaking question, okay? He's gonna be like, dude, who are you? Who the hell are you? You want my social security number too while you're at it? You know? Okay, so once again, this is psychologically sequenced in a way where if you ask the questions in this order or similar, you're going to get your answers that you want, okay? So now we're gonna question certainty. So now that we know their situation, we're gonna figure out if they know that they know their situation. Okay, so we're going to figure out, okay, name, so how much do you want to be making per month? Okay, okay, name, so you're currently doing whatever they just told us up here, and you want to be doing whatever they just told me right here. What is stopping you from achieving that on your own? I want to know. It's like, why? You just told me you're doing all this stuff and you're wanting to hit this goal. Like, why can't you do that on your own? Okay, this is where we're basically telling them to validate, like, holy shit, I need to hire you right now. Like, I am struggling right now. This is what my situation. And what you're looking for in any which way or form is that they're telling you one of the three things. So they're admitting that they cannot do it themselves, right? In whatever form they say that. They're admitting they have no time to do it themselves because they may know how to do it, but there may be like this agency that's, a Facebook ad agency that doesn't have the time to do SEO. They just don't have the time. I know how to do it. I just don't have the freaking time, right? Or they want to just follow a proven process. There's just people who have the investment and it's like, hey, dude, just give me that freaking result and let's freaking make it happen, okay? People don't like trial and error. Like, people just like have the money and they're like, just freaking do it. You're an expert, okay? And then you don't want to move forward from this, and you're going to keep like probing them up until they can tell you these things before you move over to gaining commitment, okay? Because if you're not here, if they don't tell you these three things, there's not enough pain in that conversation to continue to move forward. Okay?
Do you go for the 3 or 1 or 2?
I continue. So yeah, I'll keep probing them up until they can tell me these three things.
At least 3, okay.
Okay? Okay, so gaining commitment. Why not just stay where you are at X per month, right? What they just told me up here, like, why not just stay there? Why not, right? How committed are you at making this happen? So now I'm going to start gradually transitioning them over to my program, okay? And here I'm basically asking them, are you an action taker or not? Straight up, tell me right now, because if not, I'll freaking end the call right now, straight up. That's how I do sales, by the way, right? I do sales where if one question gets answered improperly, it's like, thank you so much, I don't think this is going to be a good fit. Click, okay? I'm going to keep speed through this. So you're going to ask permission to share your program. So based on what you told me, John, I believe my program is a perfect fit. Would you like me to go over it with you? Boom, straight up. Then you're going to go through your strategy. Don't forget to show your dashboard if you're using DashClicks, because they're going to get their own client-facing dashboard. So not only are you going to generate leads, but you're also going to give them their own dashboard. What other marketing agency is doing all that stuff? Okay? And then let them ask questions, including price. Don't tell them the price, let them ask you. And you're going to provide so much value in your presentation, your strategy here, that they're going to beg you to ask you, like, how much does this cost? Great question. You're going to incentivize pricing for higher conversions, okay? Well, name, my everyday price is usually $2,000 plus a $1,000 setup fee, and it includes X, Y, Z. But I have found those who take action, make decisions quickly, always turn out to be the best clients. I have something called incentive-based pricing, where if you make a decision on this call today, we waive the $1,000 setup fee.
Question is, like when you're dealing with a serious company and they want to grow and everything, it usually comes down to like how much they're gonna make from you, like per client, how much they profit.
So,
and, so
that's basically an objection that you're gonna overcome with the data that you have on your niche. And that's why it's important to stick to a niche, because once you're in that niche enough, you're going to know all the data, you're going to know all the numbers, you're going to know the cost per leads, you're going to know the average, you're going to know what the areas are good, what areas are bad. You're going to know what you're not going to want to use and take as a client because you know it's not going to work. And that's where the power comes in. Now you become a bulletproof freaking marketing agency. You're like, dude, show me a freaking client in my industry right now and watch what happens, right? And you get that confidence because you're literally providing a complete solution. And that's what business owners need today. They don't need leads, they need help. Okay?
Question: should we ask? So you're saying that we should just go by what we know, like as far as industry standards of how much they make per client?
Yeah. So if you don't have data, and the business owner can tell you how much they make
Right.
per client.
But sometimes they give me their number. They say,
Exactly.
oh, we profit from each client, let's say $1,500.
So you're going to use their numbers.
Right.
That's why
So
you're
I'm
going to
using
ask.
their numbers
Yeah.
to be able to calculate that on the phone and know like what I can charge them. Like let's say 30% of their profit or revenue. I don't know which one. Like how would I be able to have that over the phone smoothly?
So doing this enough times, you're already going to know what they're going to say.
Okay.
Like on these Dash Connect calls, try me. I already know what you're going to freaking say. I already know what you're going to object. I already know all these other things because I've had this many reps. I speak on a daily basis to over 150 agencies.
Okay.
You get me? So that's why I have my data. That's why I'm confident. That's why I'm up here teaching you how I did it. Okay? And then you're going to shut up. Because you're going to tell them, I'm going to waive that setup fee. You're going to shut up. The first person who talks loses. Okay? You're going to shut up and you're going to let them like, you're going to hear like, and you get, you could do is just mute your phone so it's easier so you don't like slip through the cracks because it's going to be tempting to like, oh, and then you can do this. And it's because they're taking so long to answer, you're just going to think that, oh shit, I must have not said this thing. It's like, and you're going to fuck it up. Okay? Shut up. Shut up here and shut up. Okay? Straight up. And then once it's either going to go one or two routes. Yeah, let's freaking do it. And you're going to bring home the bacon. You're going to say something like, can I welcome you to the family? Or you're going to have to go through some fun. Okay? And that's going to wrap it up. I'm not going to go through the objections because you guys have objections also in the other training in here. But mind you guys that this is a proven strategy. This is what I used in my consulting business. And guys, this freaking works like clockwork, straight up. It's a system. It's proven. Do it. It's not broken. And let's freaking make it happen.